Good morning. My name is Jaime Alicea, Superintendent of the Syracuse City School District. Thank you for joining us for the 17th Annual Syracuse City School District Educational Foundation Recognition Breakfast. Over the past several months, the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted every aspect of our lives. It has especially been a challenge for our students, families, and staff. As they navigate a new learning environment, I want to take a moment to say thank you to our teachers, support staff, and school administrators for their leadership during these challenging times. I also want to show my appreciation for our families who have faced difficult adjustment as they have taken on a larger role in supporting their children academically from home. I am so proud of the Syracuse City School District community for the ways we have come together during these challenges, and I am confident that in continuing to work together, we will all come out of this stronger than ever. One important way that we can all support our students, schools, and staff is through supporting the Syracuse City School District Educational Foundation. Thanks to events like this, Recognition Breakfast, the Educational Foundation is able to raise money to help fund grant projects in our school buildings and to recognize staff members who go above and beyond in creating a positive culture and in supporting our scholars to help them achieve success. This is important now more than ever.
Thank you, Superintendent. My name is Heidi Hart-Gorman, and I am privileged to be the current chairperson of the Syracuse City School District Educational Foundation. Since 2003, the foundation has funded educational projects throughout the city schools, providing learning opportunities many of our children wouldn't otherwise be exposed to. As we all adapt to the current challenges, we know that this need is greater now more than ever. Partnering with local sponsors large and small, we have distributed over $875,000 in educational supplies since we began 17 years ago. More than 400 grants have been awarded for a wide range of projects in the classrooms, including gardening, music, local history and culture, technology, and STEM labs. We are excited to honor our 5 Educator of the Year awardees today, teachers and staff, corporate partners, and community volunteers.
This program is brought to you by the members of WCNY. Thank you.
The Syracuse City School District Educational Foundation presents a virtual recognition breakfast in honor of the teachers and volunteers who have gone above and beyond supporting student education in our city.
Since it was founded in 2003, the Syracuse City School District Educational Foundation has hosted an annual recognition breakfast fundraiser. Due to the outbreak of COVID-19, plans for the 17th annual recognition breakfast paused. The Syracuse City School District Educational Foundation has partnered with WCNY to transform the event into a 1-hour online virtual watch party, which will stream via OV immediately following this broadcast. It will bring together sponsors, school district teachers and administrators, and community guests to watch streaming media and chat live in a virtual theater. During the 2002 to 2003 school year, the incorporation of a tax-exempt fundraising foundation to support Syracuse City schools was successfully achieved with the support and inspiration of Dr. Stephen Jones and his late wife Marilyn during his tenure as superintendent of schools. There had been previous discussions regarding an education foundation, but it wasn't until Dr. Jones arrived in Syracuse that these ideas began to take shape. In early 2002, Dr. Jones reintroduced the idea of establishing a fundraising organization or foundation to support Syracuse City schools. he enlisted the support of a Board of Education member, Lori Mencken, and a local real estate developer and supporter of Syracuse schools, Gary Pickard. Dr. Jones also asked his wife, Marilyn, to participate and provide research in the planning process. As a professional fundraiser and someone who had spent her professional career establishing contacts for Johns Hopkins Children's Center, Marilyn Jones created the framework for how the Syracuse School District should proceed in forming an educational foundation. With a generous contribution from Gary Pickard and an initial outreach plan to approach community leaders and individuals to build a base of support for the foundation, the seeds for the Syracuse City School District Educational Foundation were planted, and the organization was officially incorporated in 2002 and began fulfilling its mission of supporting the teachers and students in Syracuse City schools in 2003.
We are so excited to receive the Educational Foundation grant. In the spring, we will be taking our 78 kindergartners to Beaver Lake Nature Center for a hands-on learning experience as we explore plants, plant life, and animal habitats. Hands-on learning aligns with the Common Core curriculum, and this grant money gives us the opportunity to enhance our students' learning.
Thank you, Education Foundations!
In 2004, the Syracuse City School District Educational Foundation first hosted its signature fundraising recognition breakfast, which has now become an annual event. It was determined that the foundation would recognize individuals, businesses, and/or organizations that had gone above and beyond to support Syracuse City schools or Syracuse school children. In 2004, the first recognition award was presented to Dr. John Carter, pastor of Abundant Life Christian Center. With the support of Reverend Carter and his church, as well as other investment partners, they raised over $650,000 in funds and rebuilt the Blodgett School Library. Also in 2004, school board member Lori Mencken suggested to Dr. Jones that hosting a golf tournament could be a fun and successful fundraising opportunity for the foundation. Together with support from the Drumlins Country Club, the foundation hosted its first annual golf tournament in September 2004. The tournament has been a successful event each year since and is now held at the Pompey Club. Since it was founded, the foundation has consistently raised and donated $50,000 to $70,000 a year to schools and teachers in the form of supplemental education grants for projects that encourage students to be creative and expand their learning and comprehension of the world around them. The foundation has purchased a wide array of educational resources such as iPads, computers, smartboards, classroom planning aids, books, tutorial programs, supplies, instructional software programs, equipment, and the components necessary for presentations and classroom initiatives.
My name is Sue Limpert, and I am the teacher librarian at Porter Elementary School. I started with this book, How to Write a How-To. I discovered this book when I was ordering books for the library, and I discovered that it was a whole series, and I thought it would be a great start for a project. I was so lucky to get the grant for 10 iPads and plus cases. As you can see, they're very engaged using the technology. They have varying levels of skill using the iPad. Some of it I'm teaching them, and some of it they're teaching me. But they're very motivated. They love to create things, and hopefully they'll also love to present in the end. I just would like to thank the Ed Foundation so much for this opportunity, and I know all my students are going to enjoy using the iPads, and for multiple different reasons other than just this project that we're doing right now. So thank you very much.
The foundation has supported themed projects in environmental studies, improving literacy, and STEM.
Them being able to look at renewable energy is so important these days, where our fossil fuels are non-renewable and those are diminishing slowly but surely. So they need to know other alternatives. And not only that, we do see windmills that are coming up all over our state as another source of energy, and clean energy for that matter. I really want to thank the committee and on the Educational Foundation for allowing us to have our wind tunnel, to be able to test our different windmills that we'll be making. That's so important for our students, and hopefully we will bring back another win next year, or this year, for our Nesby kids with the use of the wind tunnel. So that's really great. So thank you, Educational Foundation.
In addition, foundation funds have paid for STEM labs, vegetable gardens on school grounds, field trips, museum tours, experiments, and guest lecturers, performers, and artists. The Syracuse City School District Educational Foundation's mission is to provide teachers with enhanced resources and community connections to create equity and excellence in education for their students, and to strengthen a community of students, families, neighborhoods, institutions, and businesses through the achievement of excellence in public education.
Hi, my name is Emily Buss, and we're here today at Clary Middle School for the grand opening of the Cougar Cafe. I was inspired to write the grant by our students. I noticed that a lot of our students in our special classes needed something more. So in addition to the traditional curriculum, I really wanted something that focused on like career and technical education, and also more on the CDOS standards, which is huge for our students. So the cafe gave them a work-based learning experience, gave them an opportunity to improve their collaboration with one another, and something really positive for them to channel their energy into each week. Really, we're producing skilled workers. Our students are leaving middle school knowing how to run a cash register with actual money and make change. They know how to interact with customers. They know how to work together as a team. They've got a lot of those soft skills and a lot of those employability profile and standards that employers are looking for in our community. In addition to that, part of the grant, we invited families and volunteers to come and assist our students in running the grant. So we're still in the beginning phases because this is our grand opening today, but I'm hoping that the community will actually get to interact with the students while they're working too. Thank you. This has been an amazing experience so far, and we're really just getting started. So thank you to the Educational Foundation. Thank you to Holy Shirt, who made all of our shirts. Thank you for 1 Hour Budget Signs, who designed and created our banners for us. And thank you to the administrative staff and all of our students, teachers, and to the students for all of their hard work to get this up and running.
You'll enter it in, blue, give them a change receipt, okay?
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your host, Dan Cummings.
Well, good morning and welcome everybody to the 17th annual Syracuse City School District Educational Foundation Recognition Breakfast. Maybe you've had your breakfast already on this Saturday morning, or you're about to pour a second or third cup of coffee for yourself. That's good, because like everyone and everybody else this year, we're doing things a little differently at this year's breakfast. Here we are virtually, right? And I want to thank everyone for attending this virtual event. Everyone watching, thank you. Our special guests that you'll meet over the next hour, thank you. The sponsors, the school administrators, our awesome teachers, students, and parents who have all been through so much this year, right?
Starting the breakfast off will be a longtime host of the Syracuse City School District Educational Foundation Breakfast, WSYR's very own Dan Cummings. Dan will introduce Jaime Alicea, Superintendent of Syracuse City Schools, who will announce the recipients of this year's Educator of the Year Awards. The Educator of the Year Awards recognize district teachers, administrators, and support staff who help to ensure educational excellence in Syracuse City schools. Candidates must be a full-time staff member, and they can be nominated by colleagues, peers, students, parents, or community organizations. The recipients of this year's Educator of the Year Awards include Carol Thresh, a first-grade teacher at Franklin Elementary School, Kyle Voyer, a special education teacher at Clary Middle School, Rachel Murphy, the director of the Syracuse City School District's Food and Nutrition Services, Roger Sanford, a recreational aid food service helper at Meacham Elementary School, and Robert Leslie, the director of the Syracuse City School District's Career and Technical Education Program. Superintendent Alicea will introduce each of the recipients of this award and describe the ways these educators have gone above and beyond to support the mission of the Syracuse City School District Educational Foundation.
Good morning, everyone. And again, welcome to the first digital Educational Foundation Breakfast. I am very honored and very excited to be here with you this morning and to be able to recognize a group of educators that are making a difference every day in the Syracuse City School District and members of our community that they go beyond the call of duty to support the students and the staff in the Syracuse City School District. My first introduction this morning is Carol Thresh. Carol is a first grade teacher at Franklin Elementary School. This Educators of the Year recipient was nominated not only by one colleague but several. She was also nominated by several current and past students as well as a parent. Franklin Elementary teacher Carol Thresh was selected as an Educator of the Year not just because of the multiple nominations she received, but because of the common message among them. Her love for her students is unmatched. She goes beyond for the students in her class.
Each recipient will say a few words, either in the studio or remotely via video message.
I never expected to receive an award for something I absolutely love to do. Every day, my reward was working with excellent colleagues, but most of all, working with the students. My joy is watching them grow physically, emotionally, and academically. Thank you, Syracuse City School District, for giving me that opportunity.
As teachers, we instruct students in reading, writing, and arithmetic. Everyone knows this. What many don't realize is that we also teach, model, and reinforce many other skills and lessons. One of my favorites is sincerity and interpersonal relationships. I always tell my students that human beings are incredibly perceptive creatures. Translated, people know when you're being real, and they truly value and appreciate these interactions above all others.
I want to acknowledge and give due praise to the hands and feet of the entire operation, our essential frontline food service workers who have bravely and tirelessly operated emergency feeding sites throughout the city of Syracuse during this pandemic, and they will continue to operate and move and shake and be in the community to serve the children for better years to come. Because of you, it is a personal honor, and I am so privileged to be warmly regarded as a head lunch lady.
I started with the district on September 2014 and have been working to make the Syracuse City School District the leading school district in New York State for career and technical education. When I started with the district, we had 7 career tech ed programs with enrollments of 387 students. Today, we have 27 pathways and over 1,700 students. So this does not happen without a lot of great teamwork and vision on what is possible for CTE students at Syracuse City School District. I'd like to thank Superintendent Alisea, Chief Kelly, Executive Director Odom, and our Board of Education for all the support they've given over the past years.
I just like to make children laugh and have fun. I mean, I dress up for all the holidays. Any holidays you can think of, I dress up. And even for no holidays, I still dress up with different costumes. I hand out gifts to the teachers at Christmas, give them flowers for February Day, dress up as an Easter bunny. I've done all that. But I also help everyone. Custodian needs help, I help them. They unload the truck from the dock, I help them. I just help someone. Even if they don't need help and I see that they're fumbling with their packages, I help them carry them upstairs. I help all around the school. I don't have to be asked.
After introducing the recipients of this distinguished award, Dan Cummings will introduce the next guest speaker and longtime supporter of the Educational Foundation, Mayor Ben Walsh.
Thank you for being such a great advocate for the city of Syracuse and our school district. I also would like to acknowledge Superintendent Alisea. The superintendent is a great leader that we are lucky to have here in the city of Syracuse. He could be in charge of any school district in the state, but we have him right here in the city, which is where he came up in his career, and we're very lucky to have him, as we are all of our stakeholders in our schools. As Dan mentioned, anytime I talk about the schools, I'm wearing at least 2 hats. First and foremost, as a father, a proud father of 2 Syracuse City School District students. We could not be more proud to be city school district parents and more encouraged and excited about the future of our children coming up through the district. And of course, as mayor, it is critically important for us to achieve our vision in the city of Syracuse to have a successful school district. And every year that goes by, we continue to see improvement. So I'm really here to thank everyone involved in making that happen. Certainly our teachers, our administrators, our school board, our children, our parents. As the saying goes, it takes a village, and we have one. And beyond that, we have generous people throughout our community, some with direct connections to the district, others that just want to see the best for our young people. So I want to thank everyone for your support of the foundation. It's never been more important than it is right now in the middle of this pandemic. We've seen the community step up to make sure our children are fed throughout the pandemic, that our children have had access to technology, that our children have been able to watch their teachers on television through our partnership with WCNY. This community has come together like we never have before, and I'm so grateful for everyone that supports the Syracuse City School District and the foundation. So from the bottom of my heart, as both a father and mayor, thank you.
Moving on to recognition awards, which recognize businesses, organizations, volunteers, or alumni that have gone above and beyond in providing support to teachers, students, and programs in the Syracuse City School District or to the Educational Foundation. Dan Cummings will introduce this year's recipients. The recipients of the recognition awards include Banker Healthcare Group for their dedicated volunteer efforts and support of students and teachers at Dr. Weeks Elementary School, and Amanda Murphy, a volunteer who has tirelessly supported the teachers and students at Salem Hyde Elementary School.
BHG and Dr. Weeks have been partners since 2017. In the very first year, BHG donated turkeys to help families have a proper Thanksgiving dinner. And after meeting the staff and the students at Dr. Weeks, they wanted to do more. The following year, when Diane Vitello had just started as principal at Dr. Weeks, she was told that Bankers Healthcare Group would visit in December and bring every one of her 800 students a gift to take home over the holidays. Well, it seemed too good to be true. As it turns out, it wasn't an adequate representation of the generosity that BHG would ultimately show towards the Dr. Weeks families. The first time Diane was able to meet the employees in their identical blue shirts, she immediately understood that this company had an incredible level of dedication to the Syracuse community. And so for their dedication, their corporate giving, and overwhelming generosity, the Syracuse City School District Educational Foundation is proud to present Bankers Healthcare Group with its 2020 Recognition Award. And to accept the award right here and now, I'd like to ask Danielle Gerhardt, the Director of Public Relations and Advocacy Management for BHG, to come forward and accept the award. Danielle?
Well, thank you. Thank you to Principal Vitello, the Educational Foundation, and the Syracuse City School District for this recognition and for their partnership over the past several years. This truly is an honor for Bankers Healthcare Group. It's been so rewarding for us to see the incredible impact that Principal Vitello and her staff at Dr. Weeks have on their students. And we look forward to seeing those 800 smiles every year and to helping our youngest neighbors in ways that promote education, spark creativity, and inspire health and wellness. Dr. Weeks is a special school, and we're honored to call them a community partner, and we really miss you guys. You know, care is a big word at Bankers Healthcare Group. It's what we founded our business on, and it's at the heart of who we are. And we really appreciate that BHG's leadership enables us to give back in meaningful ways. Thank you again.
Well, thank you, Danielle, and to everybody at BHG. Is certainly a highly deserved recognition award, and so is our second one. Amanda Murphy is a parent. She's a building substitute teacher and a volunteer at Salem Hyde Elementary School. She was nominated for this special award by Salem Hyde's principal, Rebecca Grote, and a parent, Tanya Eastman, whose daughter was a student at Salem Hyde. Amanda has long provided support to the students, the families, the staff, and the administration of the entire Syracuse City School District for almost a decade, since her eldest daughter, now a senior at Henniger, began her academic journey at Salem High so many years ago. She's a true giving rock star, also known as a selfless servant who is called to give and does so abundantly. And for that reason, the Syracuse City School District Educational Foundation is proud to present Amanda Murphy with its 2020 Recognition Award. Amanda?
The work that I complete at Salem is a gift to me. 1 Corinthians 16, 13, 14 says, "Be resolute and love without stopping." This is a verse I take to heart. I am beyond grateful God has placed me in such an amazing community and provided me with the opportunities to walk along dedicated staff at Salem High and assist them with the important task of loving the hundreds of children that walk through our hallways.
We hope you will support the 2020 Educational Foundation Virtual Recognition Breakfast and tune in to the virtual watch party that takes place at 10 a.m. via OV. Please RSVP to this virtual event by going to SCSDfoundation.com. The success of the Syracuse City School District is fundamental to the health and vitality of the greater Central New York community. And we thank you for your commitment to the education of our students.
This program is brought to you by the members of WCNY. Thank you.